What's good, Scorps? This is Scorpio Only Tower. Welcome to the channel. If y'all digging energy, if y'all enjoy the content, Scorpio, it'd be greatly appreciated if y'all like and subscribe. If y'all want to leave a donation, I'm going to have a donations link in the description box below. If y'all want to help me out as an individual, shout out there to the ones who have been donating to my, I was about to say to my channel, but who have been donating to me, Scorp, thank y'all very much. It's greatly appreciated. It does help me out a lot. I want y'all to understand that, okay? To the ones that leave, uplifting comments and stuff like that, Scorp, and the ones that support my channel, thank y'all very much. Alright, I will show y'all some love right back. It's greatly appreciated for y'all efforts too, Scorp. Alright, so if it wouldn't be for y'all, I wouldn't even be here. You know what I'm saying? It takes subscribers to get where you're at. Alright, people that really admire you, people that really respect you and stuff like that, so I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so I will be doing some spiritual inspirational messages for y'all from Archangel Michael, Allah, and Holy Spirit. Okay, so let's go ahead and tune into the energy. If y'all want to take these deep breaths with me, it will help y'all ground yourself, Scorpio, if you're going through anything in the mind, your mental state. Okay, so let's go ahead and take these deep breaths. This is how you channel too. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get started with the read. What do we have for spiritual inspirational messages for Scorpio? Spiritual inspirational messages for Scorpio. What do we have for the spiritual inspirational messages for Scorpio? Archangel Michael, Allah, Holy Spirit. Page of Wands in reverse on the bottom of the deck. The Moon card. Scorp, what I'm picking up from this Moon energy here is some of y'all can have Cancer in your chart. Okay. A lot of y'all come from a very, 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 very dark place. A lot of you keep a lot of things concealed. You've learned a lot of lessons. You've learned what to reveal and what not to reveal. Okay, when it comes to opening yourself up to new possibilities out there, new opportunities, etc. You know things intuitively. Okay, y'all definitely know things intuitively. Ain't nothing can be hidden from you, Scar. With the Moon card. Because it will always come up to the light. And it's because of your ancestors. A lot of y'all have an incredible intuition. The Moon is all about intuition. A lot of y'all have an incredible intuition that is highly developed to the next level of extreme development when it comes to your spirituality side. Just like I said, you know things that the average person could not pick up on. Because to them, intuition is like, oh, they ain't never did their research on it, so yet they would look at you like you crazy, but you're the furthest thing from crazy. You're actually the most intelligent of the zodiac signs. You're an Aquarius. Y'all the most highly intelligent of all the zodiac signs. Okay? Very smart. Very wise. Very intuitive. And just like I said, you feel things when something is wrong, when something is hidden. And you literally are the sign to bring what's beneath the surface, even if it's the most darkest thing ever. You can bring it up to the surface just by tuning to your intuition when it comes to relationships, etc. You know when somebody's lying. You know when somebody's hiding something from you. And this is something that y'all are acknowledging. That's what I'm picking up on. This is something that y'all acknowledging. Okay? With this moon card here. But you also are a very deep individual. Very mysterious. You come across to a lot of people out there. Very mysterious, very misunderstood. A lot of people can't understand you. But they take things that they don't understand and misinterpret who you really are as a person on the inside. Because the outside can never determine who somebody really is, their characteristics. It's all on the inside, which is why I tell y'all, Scorpio, if you have any ounce of insecurities, okay, just like I said in one of my other videos, I used to be highly insecure about my teeth. See? My teeth, that gap in my teeth like that. I used to be highly insecure about, what's that other word I was looking for before I said teeth? I'll get to that in a whole nother video. I ain't got the time to sit there and guess and go all through my head like that. Okay? But I'm one that used to be insecure about my teeth, about the way I used to smile. You know what I'm saying? And until you realize that's completely illusional. Because it has nothing to do with the source on the inside. The source is the most powerful energy that you can ever have. That's the most realest thing that you can ever have. That's the realest thing you could be connected to rather than your physical body. Because this is why a lot of people are lost out there in these times. It's because of the ego. Okay? What the ego thinks, it sees the belief system. Nobody is actually questioning things that they were taught at a young age. Okay? And it's like it pollutes the brain to where you have a limited perspective. Things out there that you learn limited your reality. Until you start awakening and tuning into your spiritual side, which is what's giving you that knowledge, which is what's giving you and retrieving that wisdom. Which is why I tell y'all, you are a highly intuitive sign. Nothing can be hidden from you. That's why some of y'all will make great investigators. Okay, if you ever got involved with law enforcement and stuff like that, etc. Not saying y'all law, but y'all will make a great investigator. Okay? But when it comes to investigating things, Scorpio, you have a very, very, very razor sharp intuition. Which will represent it cut straight through the illusion. Okay, if there's a balloon right there, right? You put a needle to it or a razor blade to it, it's going to pop that balloon. That's how sharp your intuition really is. And whatever's inside that balloon, it could be just a piece of paper or something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody slipped a piece of paper in there and blew up the balloon. And when you pop that balloon, the paper's going to fall out. That representing whatever was hidden on the inside will eventually be exposed. And I get the sense that this is for relationships. Okay, for some of y'all that feel like things are hidden. You know. Y'all are very powerful intuitive beings. Okay. The Empress in reverse. A lot of y'all may come from a background, Scorpio. A lot of y'all may have struggled with confidence. It's like I said, a bunch of insecurities. Really not seeing your beauty, Scorpio. Okay, really not seeing your beauty. This is going to go for the Scorpio feminines, but it can also go for the Scorpio masculines. To the fellas out there. Really not acknowledging, you know, how handsome we really are on the inside. You know what I'm saying? People can make comments all day long. Oh, yeah, you're cute. I like your eyes. I like the way your hair looks. And I like your beard and stuff like that. But none of that matters. None of that matters. And people look at you like you're crazy. Like, damn, that's just a compliment. But it's not that you're being an ass to people. It's like it's hollow. It has no substance beyond it. The beard and stuff like that, Scarp, it has no substance beyond it. It's what's beyond the physical shell of the body, which is the soul. And I see that some of you, just like I got through saying, you could have suffered from some form of insecurities. Okay? Not really acknowledging the inner beauty that you really have, Scorpio. You could have had this stripped away from you a long time ago. From people trying to pollute your mind, trying to get inside your head. They try to make you doubt yourself. They try to make you, they try to take your inner creativity away. But they can never do it. They can never do it because you got the moon card for the first card of the spread. Okay? When you connect to your spiritual side, Scorpio, you will acknowledge what's real and what's completely illusional. And it's the physical appearance. And if some of you have been suffering from insecurities, now's the time to wake up to the truth and to see beyond the illusion that insecurities are completely illusional. They don't exist. I'm going to tell you why they exist, because somebody said, for instance, somebody said somebody's fat. Somebody said somebody's skinny. But that's just different sizes. That's just their perspective. Who's to say that's the truth? Words just words. Words just words. They only will hold meaning to it when you give it power to hold that meaning to it. But if you don't believe in it, Scorpio, if you don't feed into it, you almost have to detach yourself from your physical form of your body and to look at yourself from your soul's perspective. It's a form of astral projection. Okay? When you detach yourself from your physical form of the body and you look at yourself from a different perspective, you will then see that these comments that's being made doesn't hold any form of valid, how can I say this? It doesn't hold any form of valid meaning beyond it because it's not who you are. Okay? Who cares if your hair is messed up one morning? Who cares if you don't have the most expensive outfit out there? Who cares if you don't have the most expensive makeup, purse? And for the fellas, who cares if you don't have the most expensive car? Who gives a shit if you don't... See, I'm going to change my... I'm just going to be real, man. You know what I'm saying? Who cares if you don't have the most expensive house? None of it matters. I'm going to tell you what's the most valuable home and vehicle that you're living inside. The body. Because it operates as a home and a vehicle. Because the soul is the engine that the shell drives around. Pay attention. You already have a vehicle, Scorpio. You already have a vehicle. Of course, some people will take good care of the outer appearance of that vehicle, but it's the engine, okay, it's the engine on the inside that what matters. If you ain't got an engine in that car, how the hell is it going to move? Technically, if you want to get technical with it, somebody could tow it, but y'all get what I'm saying. Okay, that's, you know what I'm saying? So, there you go. If there's no engine inside that car, Scorp, it's nothing. There's no value to it. Now, I could have a nice shell of the body, but how can it perform? It's just going to sit there. It's just going to sit there for the looks. There's no performance. It has zero performance. So all it's good for is just to look at. But at the same time, Scorpio, if you seen what was on the inside of y'all, you will come out of this Empress in reverse energy and start acknowledging how beautiful some of y'all really are, Scorp. All right? Y'all need to own y'all power. Y'all don't need to listen to anybody else. This is where it comes to having a strong mind. You already know how Scorpios operate. When you evolve and fly high above them ashes, which are representing the phoenix, when you fly high above those ashes, Scorpio, and you fly high above situations and try to tear your self-esteem down, you will start acknowledging your fucking power and getting in it and actually acknowledging, hey, I am a beautiful soul. I care less what anybody else has to say. When you stop seeking validation from outside sources, that's when you develop self-love. And that's what becomes highly intimidating to a lot of people, which is why they continuously feed off the ego. When you're still in your ego, they will feed off of that low vibrational energy and completely strip you from what you're supposed to acknowledge, which is the inside. This don't see the inside. The ego doesn't see the inside. It only knows what we've been taught, which is a bunch of bullshit. Oh, yeah, well, just because you ain't got this, that don't make you successful. Nonsense. Nonsense. I'm going to call it out for what it is. Don't you know somebody could be homeless on the streets? Somebody could be homeless. They could be a homeless man, a homeless lady. God bless those people's soul, by the way. Because they actually have some gifted people out there that are out there, and people just passing by every day and not acknowledging. Oh, well, just because they're homeless, they don't have nothing to offer. They got everything to fucking offer. Those people have a soul, bro. Those people have talents. If you ever watch some of these videos, you can't believe everything you see on the internet either. That's another thing. But at the same time, if you really acknowledge how much talents these people really have, they're very gifted. They can sing, they can play the drums, they can play the guitar, saxophone, they can sing, etc. I think I said, yeah. They can do all those things because they're highly talented. That's what makes them a person. Not, oh, well, just because I don't have nice clothes, I got worn out clothes, I can't really take a bath or live anywhere. Look at who they are, bro. Look at who they are. Look how many gifts that they was blessed with. Exactly my point. Okay? It's all about acknowledging the inner beauty. Acknowledging the inner beauty. Acknowledging it and accepting it for what it is. Okay? The Ace of Cups in reverse. So a lot of y'all was emotionally neglected. A lot of y'all was emotionally neglected and abandoned. Could have been at a young age, Scorpio. Okay, could have been at the age of 3 years old for some of y'all. Just emotionally neglected, abandoned, not really cared about like you're supposed to be cared about. And this is what helped y'all evolve at a faster rate at such a young age, which is why people say Scorpio are wise beyond their years. It's because of that energy. Because of not being treated right. Which is why you know how to treat other people, because you was in the situation. See, this is where I give mad respect out there to people that actually take accountability and they don't go out there hurting innocent people because of what the fuck they went through at a young age or whatever, okay? If somebody did emotionally abandon you and stuff like that, you actually had the confidence and the power to fix those flaws, to fix the damages that was done, and not bring it to somebody and take everything out on the innocent individual that don't fucking deserve that shit. So it tells me, Scorp, that some of y'all have definitely evolved at a very young age. Okay? With this Ace of Cups energy. From being emotionally neglected and abandoned. Unrequited love. I think that's how you say that saying. Not really being given the love that you really deserved. And this is in the third position. And this could affect your future, Scorp, but only if you allow it to. See, that's the thing. If people were to take accountability, they wouldn't give it the power to affect their present or future when they fix the issue. That's another fact. Because when you fix something from its roots, it can no longer grow. You have to uproot the problem, get to the root of the problem, because that's where the cause is at. Okay? Because you can see a plant constantly growing. You mow the grass, okay? Say you keep on mowing the grass keeps on growing back, right? Why does this grass keep on growing back? Or if you cut a plant, and you don't uproot the roots, why does this keep growing back? Why the problem keeps coming back? Because underneath the surface, that's where it was at. The roots underneath the surface, correct? Underneath that ground. It's in the ground where you can't see it on the inside. When you dive deep, and this is all about these the waters too. When you go deep within, that's where you will find the root of the problem. And when you fully correct it, that's when it's no longer going to grow. And you're not going to carry that excess baggage around with you, in the present and in the future. Because it's been corrected. Therefore, you don't have that toxicity or negativity to bring into connections, which is why you know how to love people. You know how to love people properly. You know how it feels to be in that energy. But here's the thing. Some people don't acknowledge that, bro. Some people don't realize how bad they really hurt other people by taking it out on innocent people that don't deserve that from what they went through. It has to involve inner work. Nobody can save anybody. And I'm going to be real with everybody. I don't care who you are. Ain't nobody can save anybody. You know who can save who? Yourself. God can save you. Those of you who believe in God out there, the higher power, Jesus. Okay? We all don't know what he looks like. We know that they had a pic that's been depicted of him as Jesus. But when you call upon his presence, Scorp, he will heal you. He will heal you the proper way. He will literally help you find the ways and give you the tools to actually heal properly 100,000%. Okay, because he's the one that created your soul. This is just what I believe in. Everybody gonna have a different belief. But he's the one that created our soul. Okay? So he knows when to provide the right tools for you to correct yourself. But you have to remind him of his word. Okay? But just like I said, everybody gonna have their different beliefs. Whatever way you find healing, Scott, but that is the proper way of healing. Okay? Really going deep within, beneath the surface. Just like I said with those roots. You're not going to see the roots on top of the ground. They're going to be beneath the ground. In the ground. That's what I mean. In the ground. Where you can't see them. You got to dig. Exactly my point. It's making sense. It's analogies, but it's matching with reality. It's reality. No matter which way you look at it, you have to dig in order to get to them. So when you dig all that up, of course it's going to be a mess. It's going to be dirty. But at the same time, when you clip it from the roots, there you go. You uproot the plant, put it back over. That same plant that was growing there will no longer grow because you uprooted the plant. You fixed the problem. Therefore, you could continue living your life without having those worries, without having those anxieties, etc. Okay? You got the Knight of Wands in reverse. Maybe some of you have felt a serious lack of passion. Okay? Maybe some of you come from a very... A lot of y'all just wasn't in tune with who you really were, Scorpio. A lot of y'all just wasn't in tune with who you really were. How much passion you really had. How much adventurous energy you really had. Okay? To take off. Look, as I'm speaking it with the star, bro, I'm speaking it into existence. You are a star, Scorpio. Y'all was born to be a star, bro. You was born to be a star, which are representing people looking up to you. People taking... Inspiring people, Scorp. Inspire people. You know how you get inspired by your favorite celebrity out there and stuff like that, Scorp? Okay? That's exactly the impact that you have on people out there with the star energy. You impact a lot of people's life. You can impact a lot of people's life and change a lot of people's lives out there because you have the power to do so. This is something that y'all haven't realized. More than likely, you haven't realized it simply from being in this Ace of Cups in reverse energy. Not being properly taken care of whenever you was younger. Okay? Could have been by your parents or whoever raised you. They wasn't showing you the proper love. And that's complete bullshit. But y'all have the potential to be a star, Scorpio. Y'all have the potential to be a scar. A scar. Why would I say that? A scar. Well, that does make sense in some sense. Because that explains why people can't forget about you. Because you shine, Scorpio. Y'all shine. Y'all in the shining energy. If you only can acknowledge what you was really capable of, you will be a star already, Scorp. Y'all will be a star already. But chances are you didn't see this. You didn't see this at the time. And you could be awakening to it now. Maybe some of you may have had fears. Okay? Well, since I went through all this, I don't know what I'm really capable of. But, Scorp, this lady right here that's looking at that moon is powerful. The Eight of Swords in reverse. So exactly as I'm speaking it, you're coming out of this energy. Maybe some of you are starting to acknowledge it. Maybe some of you are coming out this mental entrapment energy as the star seeing the truth, seeing beyond the illusions. That's right underneath that Empress in reverse. What I was saying earlier, you're coming out the illusions and having some form of a spiritual awakening is what I'm picking up on. You're starting to see shit for what it is and what really matters and what's valuable. And it's this, your spiritual side. That's the most valuable thing in the universe, Scott. Your spiritual energy and your spiritual powers. The Temperance card. Exactly. Exactly. Being on fire, Scorpio. A lot of y'all can have Sagittarius in your chart. You can have Cancer. You can have Aquarius with the star. But a lot of y'all, Scorpio, a lot of y'all right here could be in this very bright type of energy. When you acknowledge who you really are, Scorpio, you come out the illusion, you're going to be free. Your soul is going to be set free. You're going to literally feel like you can fly. You could be on fire. You're going to feel on fire on the inside, Scorpio. You're going to feel that blazing fire, that blazing heat that you couldn't feel before. Now you're going to feel it when you come out this energy, Scorpio, and I see that happening. Y'all are slowly starting to come out that energy to recognize who the hell you are. You're a unique breed of spirit. I want y'all to understand that. You're a different, unique breed of spirit. You understand what I'm saying? And just because they have this saying that, family is family. We share the same blood. You don't share the same soul. You do not share the same soul. You share a complete different purpose. And some people get trapped up in doing the same thing and not breaking a generational curse. Some people get trapped up in the same type of things that the family wants to do. And they want to keep it on going. But when somebody creates a change, you also break something. You know what I'm saying? Which is also representing breaking the generational curse. Okay? Breaking the generational curse with the Temperance card right here. All right? Really shining and being in your power by doing something completely different, which will put you in a star energy, Scar. The the Ten of Swords. So y'all have been through the worst, Scorpio. Y'all definitely been through the worst. A lot of times you've been betrayed back to back, back to back, back to back. And this is what kept you in this energy to where you couldn't see who you really were. You couldn't see it because you had this pain. But this is all about ego death. I look at the Ten of Swords as a form of ego death. As a form of you already experienced the worst. Which is what put y'all in that ego death to actually spiritually ascend. When you have that disintegration of the ego must be disintegrated. Okay, you're always going to have an ego to focus on the 3D reality, but it's all about that balance between the soul, the ego, and the logic and emotional side. Okay, it's all about the balance. And when you can find that proper balance, that sweet spot, then you're on your shit. That's what raises you to that balanced vibration, Scorp, but also a high one at the same time. So I definitely see that y'all been through some things, Scorpio, and it's to do with a lot of self-love. Maybe more than likely some of y'all are paying too much attention to how people view you. Man, don't even be in that energy, Scorpio. A careless person that don't give a shit about what anybody else has to say, that's the person that's going to shine the brightest. That's about coming out the illusion. Because when you walk into a room and you think somebody else out there, those people in there that's looking at you, don't have insecurities, don't have things that's bothering them, you're wrong. They have things that's bothering them, Scorpio. Everybody has their own problems. So as soon as you can acknowledge that, you will start feeling comfortable in your own skin. They could be worried, okay, well, I wonder how this shirt looks. When you walk into the room and they looking at you all weird, they could be wondering in their head, well, I wonder how this shirt looks to them. Exactly my point. So why even pay attention to the things that aren't even relevant enough to pay attention to? It's all about paying attention to the things that really matter. And it's the Star card, the Temperance, and the Moon, your spiritual side. Being highly connected to spirituality and using your gifts to your advantage to succeed and to make a living for yourself, Scorpio. It could be a talent at anything. You could be a singer. You could be an artist. You could be whatever the hell you want to be, Scorpio. Whatever your spiritual gifts is telling you who you are, that's who you are. And you will be highly successful at it. All right? And I will end the video on that note, Scorp. Okay? So this was a spiritual inspirational message for y'all. This will not resonate with everybody, but to the ones that it does resonate with, kudos to y'all for actually taking those actions and stuff like that if you have. If you haven't took actions, now's the time to do so, Scott. Come out of this. Tune in with your intuition and your spiritual side and to acknowledge who the hell you are and own every bit of it. All right? So if y'all want to like and subscribe, Scott, would be greatly appreciated. Y'all want to leave a donation, I'm going to have a link in the description box below. That would also be greatly appreciated. Thank y'all very much for the ones who have helped me out. Okay? And I will see y'all later, Scott. Peace out.